Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. I'm here with my Fate Grand Order Imaginary Scramble gameplay and yeah, we'll be starting this. I was a little bit concerned. I was out on vacation. I was thinking like, oh, will I be able to do this or not? When will this come out? But yeah, I'm back and it has started now. So I'm glad. We have 12 days, plenty of time to complete this, and I will be able to record my gameplay of this one. So I'm quite happy. I did hesitate whether to go for Vanguard or not, and I have decided not to summon. I will restrain myself not to summon Vanguard because I'm pretty sure, the two other characters that are going to come, I'm pretty sure a lot of people will try to get Ibuki. I myself I'm really I'm really tempted to get Ibuki, and I will probably try when Heian Kyo will come out. I'll try for Ibuki. And another character that I really want is Vritra. I'm pretty sure this is one character that's going to, that's obviously she's in the normal, summoning, and she can easily spook you. But still, I want her, because, I really like her. So because of those two, and obviously next year Muramasa, I am going to restrain myself from trying to get Vanguard. So yeah, I won't be summoning for Vanguard. However, I'll be summoning for Ibuki and Vritra and Muramasa. And also I want a good chunk of Saint Quartz. Hopefully I get all these three characters very quickly so that I can save a few for the so many characters next year, Lost Belt 6. And yeah, let's see what happens. So I will restrain myself. So there you go. So no summoning video for this event. Anyways, let us get started. This is Imaginary Scramble. And yeah, let's see what this is about, and let's get started. So here we go, let's begin. Opening act, the submerged voyage deep and far. All right. Ooh. Okay, so quite an interesting music. Okay. All right. Deeper, deeper, further, further. Those are the only thoughts that have occupied my mind up to this point. This is the reverse side of the target world, a completely opaque domain, impossible to observe. It is the deepest and the most shallow trap to ever exist. It is both the closest afterworld world and the farthest. However, it is not my duty either to invade the target world nor to commence the war for its observation. No, my duty is merely to call for them and to remain myself. Conditions have all been met. Next, I will shut down my consciousness and transfer all my authority to myself. Goodbye. Okay. I'm adrift. I've been drifting here forever. It's lonely drifting all alone, so I think I'll call for them. Oh, I think this is Nemo, isn't it? Because of Nemo's crew and all that, there's so many Nemos. Or Nemo. How do you pronounce his name? Nemo or Nemo? Yes, call out their names. Deeper, deeper, further, further. I will wait at the unknown Nebel Sea within the rainbow dream. Okay. Senpai? Senpai? You've been standing in the hall staring into space for a few minutes now. Is everything okay? Do you have a stomachache? Is it the stress of tomorrow's special mission wreaking havoc on your insides? Was I daydreaming? Maybe I'm just imagining things. Are you sure? Well, that's a relief. Since we enhanced Captain Nemo's spirit origin in India, he can keep his noble phantasm, Nautilus, the ultimate submarine, in reality indefinitely. And a good thing too, since a ship that can cross an ancient sea of gods will be absolutely crucial for the Atlantic Lost Belt we've been undertaking next. Wait, this is happening before? What? Why? Oh, okay. So I'm guessing this is like a... Because obviously we've gone through the Atlantic, we've gone through Olympus. But this happened before that. Okay, interesting. Huh. However, while we do need to put Captain's ship through its paces to make sure it's all ready for the upcoming voyage, there's also a lot of other essential gear and equipment we will have to procure. So since the rest of Chaldea's staff will be working on that, Captain, you and me and a few other servants will be taking the Nautilus out for a test run by ourselves. Okay. But don't relax just because it's a test run. It's going to be an intense training exercise covering many scenarios, including a voice space drive. Alright. So I wouldn't be at all surprised if you were feeling nervous about it, especially since we'll be conducting the exercise without many of our usual crew on the bridge. Okay. I'm always up for a boat trip with you, Marge. Right, to tell you the truth, I'm excited about it too. The idea of sailing the Void Sea is a little nerve-wracking, but if it means getting to be on the crew of Captain Nemo's favorite Nautilus, I'm more than happy to do so. Oh, speaking of which, have you heard which service will be selected to go with us yet? No, not yet. Well, I'm told the final decision was to bring Osakabe Hime, Skadi, and Zhang Yu. Okay. Talk about a recipe for chaos. Some of them are relatively new additions, so I admit I am a little concerned about how well they'll be able to work together. I take the fact that there's just 3 of them means... Yes, that's right, Abby did make it to the final round, but Theon ultimately decided she wouldn't be a good fit. Ah. Trismegistus' 2 suggestions this time was basically incomprehensible though, so they were difficult to interpret. Still, Da Vinci said the data made it clear that his mission would just be too much for Abby and she wouldn't be a good fit for the kind of battles we'll be likely to fit. Alright, okay, interesting. John couldn't argue with this, so she arranged to take Abby off the roster, especially since doing so would also help conserve magical energy. It's too bad Abby was so disappointed when they told her she couldn't go. I'll have to bring some pancakes later to cheer her up. Anyway, Sion said she was going to pull an all-nighter out so she can search all of Trismegistus too for entropy. But if you're ready to call it a day, Senpai, you're more than welcome to turn in. Alright. Why do I feel like someone's staring at me? Yeah? Speak of the devil. Oh, Abby. Hi there, young lady. Master, I really am an nautiker. I understand being taken off the mission since it sounds like it would just be too much for me. But I still can't help but want to ride that big metal ship with you. I'll bring you next time, I promise. Really? Do you mean it? Of course. That's wonderful, but I still won't be able to see you for so long and I'm really going to miss you. Oh, right in the feels. Oh hey, if it isn't Master and Abigail, what are you two doing up this late? Who's this? Oh. Oh hey, what are you doing here? Well, you know how Master's setting off on that big old metal whale tomorrow, right? So I thought I'd paint him a treasure ship for good luck. But I'm sure didn't think I'd find a fellow foreigner looking so blue. Say, how about you paint with me? Me? But I couldn't, I'm just a child and you're a famous... Don't worry about that, ain't nothing quite like the picture painted by a kiddo. Besides, collaborations can be a blast too. Now go on, get your pastels and let's make some art. Oh, that sounds like fun. Are you sure? Can I, Master? A treasure ship, huh? That would let me make a wonderful good luck charm for you, Master. Hey, Master, sorry to ask you this right before your big practice voyage, but do you think you could stay up with us for a while? Fine with me, honestly, you're doing me a big favor here. Well, that's a load off of my shoulders, hearing you say that, but hey, it's no biggie. Me and Toto-sama are just big old kids at heart anyway. Besides, this foreigner class, we are on a whole another level, right? I mean, we're supposed to be a threat to all humanity, right? So if one of us foreigners is in a bind, best thing we could do is help each other out. Anyway, now that that's settled, let's get going. Oh, and if you get bored, you can always take a gander at the picture scrolls I painted myself. At the ones you made? Alright. Oh, what's happening? Who's running? Oh, am I late? Okay, so we overslept. Alright. Morning, Fujimaru. Looks like you're right on time. Alright. Well, technically you were late by 0.008 seconds, but I'll be nice and let that slide. Now go on, get on board. Cutting it awfully close, aren't we? Fujimaru, do you even make time for breakfast this morning? Here, have some croissant. Really now, any master worth their salt would have arrived at least 10 minutes ahead of schedule. Seems that means you've got a ways to go before you can call yourself a fully fledged master. Remember, you should be graceful and diligent in all manners. Alright. That is all well and good, Gordolf, but I am not mistaken. If I'm not mistaken, I believe I saw you at the dock over an hour before departure. Nearly arriving late may be bad, but it's also not a problem. Is it not also a problem to be too early? you saw me there, Sean. I mean, I was just taking a walk, that's all. Yes, that's it. A little constitutional. It certainly had nothing to do with my concern I have regarding the successful completion of the Nautilus's test run. No? Anyway, listen well, Fujimaru. The success of this test run will be the clearest indicator of whether we are actually able to infiltrate the Atlantic Loftworld. Yeah, true. It is therefore imperative that you not let yourself be distracted by thoughts like, oh boy, this new Nautilus is so much fun to ride, or man, submarines are so cool. And that you maintain your focus at all times to ensure the mission's success. Wait, is he joining us? I don't think he's joining us, is he? Maybe that's why he's so, he just wants to see the submarine so bad. You certainly haven't made it this far by neglecting your responsibilities, correct? Then you must continue in that responsible vein, which includes you being punctual until you've made it back safely, that's all. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you for that masterful display of leadership, Conrad. I especially appreciate a knack of brevity. If you had gone on any longer, I would have had to remind you that further remarks, inspiring though they may be, would only end up delaying the operation's commencement. But it seems I needn't worry about that today. Haven't I already told you that I've had enough of your mean-spirited interjections? I may be a devout oligarch, but I'm also a staunch pacifist. The fact that you are all exchanging such witty banter in this early in the morning just goes to show what seasoned veterans you Chaldeans truly are. If you are able to be so jocular under these circumstances, then it seems clear that you do not need any advice from me. Yeah, we haven't known each other that long, but we still managed to overcome all odds and hardships together. I see. So you have shared good times and hard times alike. I suppose that is what comes from being stuck in the same boat. Pun intended. But of course, that is also exactly why this training exercise is necessary. After all, as newcomers, neither Captain nor myself are at a point where we can joke with all of you as you are able to with one another. This trial run is an important mission to test the Nautilus's performance and limitations. But its secondary purpose is for Fujimaru and Captain to get to know and trust each other better, true. It is my hope that they will end up with just as strong as a relationship as all of you, if not more so. Well, if nothing else, I can tell you there's at least one idiot among our crew who already trusts Captain more than the rest of us. Ooh. At any rate, Captain may be reticent, cold, and more likely to oil his gun than join in a conversation. But given that he and Fujimaru will be working together to test the Nautilus's top speed and partnering capabilities, they simply won't be able to avoid becoming better friends. Trust me, I went through the same thing with my navigator back in the Safari Rally. He did end up cancelling on me at the last minute, though I never did find out why. Oh, that's unfortunate. Well, it seems to me like Fujimaru is already pretty fond of Captain, so I'm sure this training exercise will go great. Oh, then you do not find him off-putting, Fujimaru. I guess you really are a seasoned veteran master. I must say, I'm a little jealous. Let us not forget, Captain is still my servant. Oh, I'm surprised to hear you of all people admit to jealousy, Mr. Sion. I do hope the all-nighter you pulled wasn't too arduous. Oh, no, I do not mind working all night. I'm just a little concerned about the choice of servant companions. I simply cannot figure out why Trismegistus 2 decided they were the best fit for the mission. Yeah, like, why Skadi? Like, it's in the middle of the water. Like, what? And who else is joining us? Osakabe. It's a weird combination, like Osakabe Hime and Scar. Oh god, I don't know. Just to be sure, are you certain we can trust this machine's analysis? Oh, I'm not worried about that. I do not have to understand the equation to have faith in the results. Besides, if we were to have Trismegistus too write up its reasoning in a report, I don't think that would be. It would take us over half a year simply to decipher it. So no, my concerns are not about Trismegistus too, but about the environment in which such servants will be necessary. Yeah, like, for example, what sort of environment would lead to Abigail Williams being a recommended addition to the crew? Was removing her from the roster ultimately the correct choice? Those are the sort of things I'm worried about. I see your point, but since we can only afford to have 3 servants come along, including her really wasn't an option. Anyway, we should probably start getting ready for the next operation. It'll be a little while until we're done, so spend this time as you fit. Alright, Alright, I think I've said everything I want to say for now. You're all lucky we only have so much time until launch. What happened? That must be the harshest scolding I've ever had in my life. I understand that, as a master, caring for the younger servants is an important part of your duty. Oh, the Abby and Hokusai. Oh, okay, I understand. But that's no excuse for tardiness in the mission we're about to undertake. Punctuality is of the most importance, but there's no way to have a sailor who missed the boat after all. There's no way to save a sailor who missed the boat after all. Oh, they were late. Okay, never mind. While you're on my ship, make damn sure you're on time for everything from now on. Is that clear? Aye aye, Captain, my captain. My captain? Never mind. Just get to your post, acting commander. And that's embarrassing. Consider it a little payback. Okay, Mash, stop clinging to Fujimaru like a remora and get to your post. I mean, I'm sorry, Captain. I was just reflecting on my failure to ensure Master got enough rest last night. It won't happen again. How about the other passengers? Are you all ready to set sail? I am. As I have no authority over the sea, I am happy to follow this child's sea god's instructions. Indeed, I am looking forward to being treated as just another passenger. No, I'm not ready, but if Machan wants me here, then I'm gonna do my princessy best to be my usual Hiko self, even in a submarine. Oh god, he is not. Are you nervous about this, Zhang Yu? No, I am still operating within standard parameters. I was simply thinking about my beloved and how she thrashed about on the floor in a tantrum when her fervent requests to accompany me on the mission were denied. That was definitely a thing that happened, wasn't it? Rest assured that I am perfectly able to carry out my primary directive. Master, Captain, I suggest we embark on our voyage without delay. Excellent, then let's get going. Alright. This is Assault Submarine Nautilus. Sion, report your final assessment of the shell's pressure resistance. This is Sion at Novum Caldia. The hull is in perfect shape, of course. So how are you feeling now, Captain? Would you say that my promise to provide a ship worthy of you has been fulfilled? Yeah, it has. Thank you, Sean, of Novum Caldion. I have not a single complaint about the ship. It's got the same amount of tension as a right way's whiskers, perfectly balanced. And so I believe we're ready to set sail. That is all. Woo, this is great to see you in high spirits, Captain. I am very glad that I was able to keep my promise. Alright then, I wish you all an excellent maiden voyage. Do not worry about anything here while you are gone. I have your room locked up as tight as a clam. Fujimaru, I'm counting on you as you take care of Captain for me while you are out in the void space. While we will be able to provide support in this time, we will be unable to provide support in this time. We will be rooting for you to have an experience that is truly out of this world. I'll do my best. Open the vents. Commander, commence standard drive. Okay, that was the introduction, I think. Yeah. Okay, so we'll have a little fight here with Zhang Yu, Osakabe Hime, and Kadi. So let's go. Alright, so Door of Heroes. Alright, so
はいお待ち出前一人前はいお待ち
ピカ
どれにしようかな。
承
なんだ
知
と
見えたシャー
should have done it. Alright, so let's
なんだと
了解
承知
え
大事なし大事なし
Wait, what the hell is with the... What the hell is wrong with the comma? 935, comma 3? Is this a bug? Not bug, but like a little... Yeah, I think so. Like, it's a weird placement of comma. Anyways,
こういうこともできる。
その通
so what is this? If like very increase crit strength, increase gather rate. Alright, let's keep this, or should I use this one? Let's keep this.
古きルー
Alright.
りでは決着としよう力を持って山を抜き気迫を持って世を覆う我が船ここに示さ
Now that I'm thinking about it, this is quite a good team because Osakabe Hime is also a quick support. Damn! What in the hell was that? That's a huge amount of... Like, Osakabe Hime is also a strong... What is up with the comma placements here? I don't understand. Like what? 1 comma 118 comma 700. Like this is the Indian way of, you know, like the way we put, like, you know, like everyone puts comma with, like, you know, 3 gaps, like, you know, like the million, you know, like that. We don't do it like that in India. India is a little different. Like in India, it's like off topic, but I'm going to say it's the, like, you know, like the units, then the tens, then the hundreds, then the thousands, then the 10,000s. Instead of 100,000, we say 1 lakh. That's why there's a comma before that. And then 10 lakhs instead of 1 million. And then we go to 1 crore instead of 10 million. Yeah. And like that we go, you know, it's like, it's our, like, the Indian way of, like, you know, numerical, whatever you call it. So it's kind of, yeah, like, anyways, let's do it. Yeah, the thing that I was saying was, it's kind of interesting to see that
はいはい
just a sec. It's kind of interesting to see these 3 characters are actually really good quick support.
もろいもろい
Wait, what is... Okay, cool. Really good quick support. Like Osakabe, Skadi, and obviously Zhang Yu is like a quick servant.
承知
ああかったるいかったるい負けるのは嫌だけどさ
That's one good. I was just saying that quick focus party. Damn, no wonder Zhang Yu used to be hegemon king of Western Shu. And with me and the goddess backing him up, his OP&P, backing him up his OP&P, I don't think anyone can touch him. Between the goddess buffing him with her powerful rune magecraft and me filling in the gaps, I'd say we could be a killer team. Okay, that's why this is. I was so intrigued. Like, I was like so curious. Why is this a team? And then I realized like, oh, everyone's like quick focused. Makes sense. I'm not so sure. Such a diversive makeup can easily lead to one becoming the proverbial jack of all trades, master of none. Is there anything you can do to improve your noble phantasm's turnover rate? Osakabe. As a berserker, Zhang Yu requires precision support to keep fighting at his peak, so I will expect you to need to vary your approach in battle until you find what works. Ouch! Direct and accurate constructive criticisms. Okay, I'll do my gun best. Gum best. Oh my god. Oh, stop, Osakabe. These puns are just so. So, Lord Zhang Yu, how do you like my NP? If you like, it could be more than happy to let you and your beloved tour Himeji Castle for some time. If we have reached the end of our training exercise, I would like to request a 10-minute break. Oh my god. Perhaps he did not care for your calling him Hegemon King, Osakabe. Also, your castle's defenses and Yu's noble phantasm are a poor match, really. That will not fit together at all. Oh, my plan to ingratiate myself with him. I don't think you did anything wrong, Batty. There's something off about Zhang Yu today. Do you think so? Truth be told, I still have some trouble making sense of the expressions of Metal Man. Well, if you say so, Machan, you're probably right. While Zhang Yu is clearly a cut above most berserkers, I nonetheless cannot tell what he truly thinks, as I never encountered his like in Scandinavia. I will therefore be relying on your judgment even more than usual, Fujimaru. Anyway, guess we might as well take a break too. Plus, when we are done, it'll be a perfect time for an incident. Oh my god, stop. Good point. Great job, Master. I saw the whole simulation from here in the cockpit and everyone's teamwork is impeccable. Now we just relax and wait. Yes? Right? The next phase will require even more caution than usual. We're going to simulate encountering an unexpected hostile marine force during a shallow water drive and practice making an emergency dive to avoid fates to evade it. Okay. What's more, we'll be doing so entirely on our own. At this point, everyone back at the Wandering Sea, Caldia Base, is still able to observe us, but once we make the drive into void space, we'll be completely cut off from them. It's a little nerve-wracking, but I know we'll do our best to handle anything that comes our way. On that note, I think I'll go over the navigation manual again just to be sure. Please go ahead and relax, Senpai. Right, fair enough. You know, I think I will take a breather while I can. Bustling around. Zhang Yu is fiddling with some instruments. What's going on? Hello? And now he's gone. Is he that much homesick? Like, bustling around. Nope, never mind. Now he's bringing in a big wooden crate. And he just left it there. Bustling around. Now he's got an inkstone and a brush. Is he going to write a letter or something? He's scribbling something on the... What is going on? Master, I recommend you do not interfere. As you can see, even 4 hands are not enough to handle everything. That must be... What? I'm not going to stop you, but I do have to ask what you are doing. Unfortunately, I have neither the time nor the processing power to explain at the moment. That sounds ominous, but alright. I'm sure you know what you're doing. Thank you, Master. Now, if you will excuse me. Random, what is going on? And just like that, he's gone. I wonder what those scribbles, symbols he wrote on the wall means. Well, knowing Zhang Yu, I'm sure it has something to do with his prognosticative abilities. His actions may seem bizarre now, but in time we'll find out there were good reasons for them, right? Alright. Okay. Yeah, doesn't make it less baffling though. What's wrong with that berserk? The moment I take my eyes off him, he's scurrying around like some kind of oversized spider crab and messing up my ship. If we weren't about to undertake an operation, I'd have him swabbing the deck all day. I know you're mad, but please let him do what he thinks is best. I'm sorry, I'm usually much better at keeping my cool than that. Don't worry, I will always make sure I know who my passengers are before they are board. I understand that Zhang Yu is actually much more intelligent than he looks. I do, but having a berserker walking about doing whatever he pleases in my delicate ship, it still gets me on my nerves. And I mean that in a literal sense, since the Nautilus actually is part of me. Just keep that in mind if you would. Oh, I will, don't worry. Oh, isn't it about time? So it is. Then let's get this emergency underway. Here we go. Training alert, silence on the line. Hostile marine forces detected at 090. All sensors detect an A-class combat threat. Commencing emergency zero sail evasive maneuver. I repeat, commencing emergency zero sail evasive maneuver. We expect to emerge from void space in 12 hours. Do read me, Northern Caldia. This is Xion at Northern Caldia regarding you loud and clear. Reading you loud and clear. Good luck, Nautilus. End of transmission. Nautilus personnel get to your emergency situations to perform your first zero sail. All compartments brace for turbulence. You got it, boss. Expanding Nautilus's pressure hull shock wave resistance theory. Moving existence verification from reality space. Time to go floating together. It's so weird not having Da Vinci making this announcement. Here we go. Nautilus. Go ahead. Void space dive. Zero sail unfurl. Ooh, there you go. We are off. Okay, so looks like the zero sail went off without a hitch. I'm especially glad to see Nemo's in good shape. Me too. The fact that you are not there to provide the upward compatible computational services you usually do has made him about 30% more fired up than usual. That is Captain for you. He has his own ways of handling responsibility. How about you? Think you'll be joining the next boarding exercise? No, I have my hands full of taking care of Trismegistus, dude. That said, once this is all over, I would love to go on a little boating trip. But I would want to go before the bleached earth phenomenon is resolved, since that would truly be going where no human has gone before. Oh, an adventure with none other than the Captain Nemo himself sounds truly delightful. Would you perchance have need of a great detective among you, Miss Sion? Don't you dare! Where did she come from? This is a matter solely between master and servant. Our only place is to send them off with a smile. Ah, where did that foreigner come from? And why does she look like the one I saw during the strangest Hawaii vacation of my life? Me? I cancelled a side gig. I mean personal matter to a master summon. But since now it looks like I won't be needed at all, I plan to drown my sorrows by spending this vacation diving into the sea under the dock. Huh? Why aren't you resurgent geniuses saying anything? Don't tell me I'm the only one who has to point out the ridiculousness of this so-called plan. Oh well, Miss XX there is something of a special case. Let's see, how can I put this? It's like she's her own contextual singularity, impossible to analyze with anything approaching seriousness. Even attempting to do so just instantly devolves into a farce. Agreed. On all that counts, Commander, please. Plus, as a foreigner, things like logic and reason have little hold on her. I see, now I understand. No longer care. Wow. Oh, but just to be clear, Captain is not subservient to me. He and I are equals. Oh, really? Because I thought I heard you say you were jealous of Fujimaru for getting along with him so well. Only in the sense that I wish Captain and I could have a traditional master and servant relationship. To be honest, I did not summon him to form a contract with him so much as to let the phantom spirit of Nemo materialize. So if Captain has decided that the Chaldeans are worth entrusting with the fate of humanity, then I am not at all surprised that he has also decided to switch teams, so to speak. All that aside, what is it you are doing here anyway? You know that there is no space-time distorting singularity active here, do you? Come on, Xion, that's not fair. You make it sound like I never show up unless there is a singularity to be solved. No, I'm just here for the same reason I always am, because I sense it will be my turn soon. Oh my god. Yeah, what? Hey Xion, just to make absolutely sure, you are certain there's nothing off about this mission, right? Well... what are you so concerned about, Da Vinci? All the conditions for this test run were perfect. Everything from the passenger status verification to the cargo transport went off without a hitch. The Nautilus is in excellent condition and Fujimaru's crew is sailing the Void Sea, a place so dreadfully dull that the very concept of an incident taking place there is unthinkable. Now that the technology for navigating is stable, I dare say there is no safer course in all creation. In fact, I'll go so far as to say that the training exercise is completely safe in every regard. Alright, you just triggered all the flags. Yeah, exactly. I could tell as much just from the dashing figure Fujimaru cut as he headed off on the mission. What? Trust me, every bone in this space cop's body is telling me this test run's gonna go perfect. Okay, well, now if you'll excuse me, I'm off for some solo diving. Be back by dinner. Okay, this is a weird... while I don't wish to split hairs, especially given how cautious you have all been thus far, perhaps it wouldn't hurt to try and make double extra sure just in case. I admit, I do feel a little black cat just crossed my path as I shattered a mirror while walking under the ladder. But while I too am loath to say this, but I must admit I would be quite illogical to ignore the quite unintentional warning of a heroic spirit who was inscribed into the thrones for her intuition alone. Oh god, here we go. Oops, sorry about that. Trismegistus just finished his analysis. I admit the timing is... Yeah... guys, Holmes especially, you may want to sit down for this. Oh, please enlighten us, Miss Xion. What did our beloved Spiriton calculation engine say? It would seem this is all a dream. Oh god, what? What dream? Are we in a dream? What's going on? Pure hit and... Alright, so this is a dream apparently. I have no clue what that means, but... What the hell? Act 1, the unknownable. Brief. Form your party immediately, okay. Alright, let's see what are we up against. Alright. Looks like the dive was a success. Of course it was. I'm not about to tell Da Vinci could outdo me by steering my own ship. Now, as promised, it is time to have some fun. Great, I'll go ahead and switch gears. Today at 1:30, the Nautilus encountered a hostile force. We proceeded to undertake evasive action in the form of zero sail, thereby losing contact with Chaldea. Therefore, in accordance with the procedure for a Code 4 incident, the Nautilus is now operating independently. During the time of emergency, Master Fujimaru will serve as an acting commander, and I, Mashkirielite, will serve as his acting vice commander. In accordance with these regulations, we have assumed command of the Nautilus. Any objections? Nemo. This is Nemo. As captain of this vessel, I approve of the change in command. You're now officially the commander, Fujimaru. Now, that said, the captain's ship is always retains sole authority over the ship's operations. If a captain were to order someone to get off the ship, that person would have to obey, even if they were the admiral of that ship's entire fleet. So, while I certainly respect your orders as much as possible, I'm also going to do everything I can to keep my ship safe. Is that clear? If you issue too many strange or pointless orders, you are going to see me very, very angry. I'll do it. Don't worry, as long as you do your job right, I'll play along as obediently as a coral fish. Now, moving on, this is going to sever my link to the Wandering Sea for just a while, just like as planned. That means I'm also going to lose my connection to Xion, effectively making me a rogue servant. I should be able to stick around longer than an average servant thanks to my direct link to the ship's magical reactor, but I'll still be at risk of disappearing if I run out of magical energy. So, if something happens to me, it'll be your responsibility to get everyone back to the surface. reality space, that is. So, since we already agreed on this and everything, I guess we could form a temporary contract. Got it. All part of the mission, right? Okay, here we go. That was pretty different than it was with Sion. It almost feels like I've got a fish hook stuck in my gullet. Anyway, this makes us officially master and servant, though only temporarily. Maybe this would be a good time to properly introduce you all to us. Then again, we've met everyone at the launch ceremony, so we can skip that if you like. Would you like to be introduced to Nemo series? You can skip this if you read the introductions in the main story. I would like to because I've forgotten everything. There you go. Got it. Okay, everyone gather around. This will be a good time to introduce you all to the passengers. Okay. Man, no matter how many times I see the ball, it really is a breathtaking number of people, isn't it, senpai? Well. Aha, now I wakaru understand. Stop. At this point. Let me introduce you to everyone again. This here crew is the very livelihood of Nautilus. I call them the Nemo series. Let's start with the Nemo Marines. They steer the ship and man the radar. Forget this voyage, I've got 12 of them in constant action. For this voyage, I've got 12 of them in constant rotation. Okay. Hi everyone, hi master. We're doing our very best, so please don't be mad if we mess up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, there's 13 of them. Why is there 13 of them? Hi Nemos. Next we've got Nemo Nurse. She runs the medical bay and she's an old hand when it comes to treating injuries. Hello, I'm both the nurse and the doctor. I sincerely hope I wouldn't be needed at all. But if I am, rest assured that my medicine skills are all ranked A, so please don't hesitate to come see me should you get hurt. Definitely don't want to get hurt, but I do. If I do, it's great to know I'll be in good hands. Okay. Next, we'd usually have Nemo Baker, but she won't be joining us for this mission since the border doesn't have enough space for a full kitchen. But don't worry, master, to make up for that, she freeze-dried and vacuum-packed some yummy meals in case you get hungry. We've also got a nice selection of drinks if you'd care for one, and if any of you adult servants would care for a cocktail, just let me know and I'll make you one. Making cocktails sounds fun. Maybe I'll help you. Next we have Nemo Professor, the most eccentric of the bunch. Yeah. Even I don't understand how she can be so laid back all the time, but I've given her as much of my brain power as I can afford to allocate. She'll have numerous important roles to fulfill during this exercise, including research and strategy development. Yes, hello. I'm Professor Nemo, the one who's so laid back as to apparently not made a particularly enthusiastic introduction. You actually already heard me on the PA system earlier, so feel free to say hi if you see me around. I don't mind a little elbow rubbing either. I'm manning the computer room on the mission, but I'm not as good at steering the ship as Da Vinci, so don't expect me to put off any kind of crazy maneuvers or anything. Those glasses look really good on you. And finally, we've got Nemo Engineer. She's in the charge of the engine room, which is almost literally the beating heart of the ship. She has the many responsibilities on this ship as I do, so you can think of her as a shadow captain of sorts. Be careful about giving any orders that will strain the ship, that will make Engineer angry, and you won't like her when she's angry. The hell you're talking about, Cap? Here I'll make it real simple. Overloading my ship is evil. Let me give you a word of warning too, Temporary Master. The only way you and your pals are going to enjoy your fancy scancy boat trips is if the engine's running smooth as butter. Also, it gets crazy hot in the engine room, so don't forget to send down water or some ice cream that won't melt too quickly on the regular. Remember, you piss me off and the Nautilus is done for. I've always thought engineers were cool, but you prove it without doubt. I see. Well, yeah, I guess I'm pretty cool. Well, me and engineers in general. You're kind of a weirdo, aren't ya? Temporary Master? True, Fujimaru's appetite for adventure is a little bigger than I was expecting. Anyway, between the 12 Marines, Engineer, Professor, Nurse and me, we have 16 crew members all together. And that's the Nemo series lineup who'll be manning the ship for our training exercise today. They're the heart, brains and the blood of the Nautilus, keeping it running smoothly all hours for the day. The better you can get along with them, the more homey this ship will be. Can't wait to get to know all of you better. Okay, dismissed. All hands return to your stations. Okay. Hey Captain, these sailors aren't familiars or anything like that, right? I think they're part of Nemo himself. Given how you just talked about them, I'm just guessing they're clones. Do you partition your mind and give them partition to each individual personality or something? I can't go into the details too much since I'm using Sean's patented technique, but you're essentially correct. Technically speaking, they're all still me. I just divided the work involved in running the ship among them to avoid confusion and ensure there'd always be enough hands to go around. Of course, they all have their own distinct personalities since that's the bare minimum required for them to act autonomously. Well, except for the Marines, they all have basically the same personality. You can think of them as one person shared in 12 bodies. I also gave each of the series their own private memory space, so we really are equals in true sense of the word. The only hierarchy we adhere to here is the one required for any change of command to function. Woo-wee, I know you're not making a big deal about it, but man, the Atlas Institute is really sugoi. I tried something similar with my origami once, but I broke my brain pretty much right away. Anyway, now that the formalities are out of the way, it's time to get to work. Your first job as acting commander will be to see each part of Nautilus in action for yourself. After that, I've put together a training program for you that will brief you on the process of emerging into reality space. Finally, you'll practice undersea warfare in the simulator. I'll be joining you as part of that. I know it's a lot to get through, but once you do, there will be a delicious dinner awaiting you. I'm looking forward to our first training session together. Just what I like to hear. Alright, no time for the present to... Ah, there you go. I wonder if this is all part of the program or if this is actually real. Report what's going on. You ran? Huh? There's an alarm going off? Sorry about that, I was just taking a break since we can't use sonar in void space, so it wasn't me. Maybe the professor did it? Professor? Nope, it wasn't me either. I'm guessing it might have been the bridge. Maybe you should check the admin console over there. That's weird. The sonar we use in reality space is active. Hold up, did you just say sonar? As in echolocation? I'm our resident bat expert, so doesn't that mean... Yep, this alarm is telling us we're about to run a... Great. Yeah, I knew it. Come on, Captain, what are you waiting for? Don't we gotta be all evasive starboard or something? It's okay, Osakabe Hime. We're in void space, remember? There's no ground here. I've never been able to wrap my head around this meta magecraft stuff, especially when it comes to void and reality space. Like my Norse mythology's dualistic worldview, other religions tend to think of the early stages of existence as primordial chaos. They saw it as a writhing, seething mass of everything in the world all mixed together, land, water, heat, cold, good, evil, and so on, thereby harboring limitless possibilities. In one sense, void space is similar, in that it too possesses untold possibilities. But unlike primordial chaos, which accomplishes this by mixing everything together at once, I believe void space does so by being unobservable. Oh. That is to say, this is the reversed side of the world, a completely opaque domain where not even established laws of physics can be glimpsed. As a result, there is no possibility here that cannot be assumed to exist in some form. So if it can't be absorbed, why are we able to see the outside of the window right now? Ah, an insightful question. The truth is, we are not actually seeing the rainbow-colored vortex, at least in the true sense of the word. Under normal circumstances, the reality we belong to and the void of this domain cannot interact. While we are able to see this void thanks to the zero-stage engineering, it cannot overcome the insurmountable gap that still lies between us. Thus, our senses are only able to experience false impressions of the void, making this rainbow sight no more than a hallucination. Okay. As a matter of fact, you and I are not even seeing the same rainbow when we look out that window. Okay, interesting. Conversely, if there were any beings who called void space home, they would no doubt be unable to observe our world as it truly is either. Alright, so long as this insurmountable gap exists, reality space and void space will remain fundamentally incompatible and unable to interact with one another. I see, or rather I don't see, huh? Very well, my pupil, listen closely. According to God's explanation, it is impossible for us to see or touch anything that belongs to an observable domain. Therefore, it should also be impossible for us to detect any manner of obstacles here, let alone be obstructed by one in any sense. I believe our captain here already said it as much. Yeah, that's right. While there are technically some shock waves on the mirror world plane of our existence that could theoretically be obstructions, we have already calculated a way around them. Yeah, so this alarm that is sounding off now is actually weird. Like, since nothing should interfere here. Okay. So I'm guessing this alarm is just some kind of glitch caused by the berserker messing with things he shouldn't. Come to think of it, Zhang Yu wasn't around for the Nemo series introduction either. I swear, where could he be? What could he be thinking? You wish to see me, Captain? Ah, you actually here, Zhang Yu. I apologize for my absence and for the insufficient explanation I'm about to give you. Everyone, cover your ears. No. Sighed while quickly moving to cover your ears. Yeah, my ears! What's he up to this time? Are you alright, senpai? I can't hear what anyone's saying, but I can guess. Now that Zhang Yu is taking a bundle of bamboo he's holding. No, wait, that's a brush, and he is drawing something with an incredible speed, all while continuing to shout at the top of his lungs. What's happening? There's nothing more I can do. Here, master, take this. Okay. What the? As my body will be quite unsuited for this upcoming battle, I opted to take numerous advanced measures to prepare for it. My apologies once again for doing so without neither explanation nor permission or explanation. I implore you to hit the brakes and open the box. In the meantime, I will sleep until I'm needed once again so that I can may better conserve any energy. Good luck, master. I'm not sure I can recall Zhang Yu ever saying anything like good luck before, senpai. Acting Vice Commander? Captain, let's stop the ship. Were you not listening earlier, master? There's no obstacles in void space, none. Everyone of the Nemo series agrees that this is just an equipment malfunction. The only thing we're worried about is letting that berserker jerk you around. Even so, I'd like you to stop the ship. Alright, but only because you're the commander now. Engine room full reverse. Emergency stop. An emergency stop when there's not a damn thing in the way. Fine. Triton wheel, reverse. Roger that. It's going to be a little bumpy, so you may all want to hang on to the... Oh my god. Now what? Captain, is stopping a submarine usually this violent? No, I don't know how, but we've run aground. Hang in there, everyone. Nemo series damage report ASAP. Engine room here, that impact knocked a few of us out. Damn it, what idiot put a reef in the voice? Infirmary here, all of my equipment is still working fine, so let me know if you have any casualties. Observation room here, we've got a huge crack in the outer shell and we are taking on rainbows. We are what? Computer room here, things aren't looking good. Whatever we hit has pierced the hull and lodged itself inside. Also, I'm trapped under some equipment that got knocked. Wait, what the? How is the void flooding in here? This shouldn't be possible. Then our observation of the void is converging. Professor, what's going on? What's going to happen if we don't give something to stop the flood? Give it to me as simple as we can. Simply, well, we'll all be wiped. Oh god. Oh my god. Abandon lower compartments 4 through 6. All hands, I want all bulkheads to abandon compartments welded shut. Erect an observation disrupting bounded field as soon as we are done. What about Professor and that Marine? I can't always clone them again. I might have to deal with some mental damage for the fear and pain they'll experience, but by my command spell, both of you get up here right now. Oh. Whoa, I'm saved. Yay, I'm still alive. I might have peed myself a little, but please don't hold it against me. Are you nuts? Just because you can restore them with the Nautilus magic reactor, that doesn't mean you should be so quick to use command spells. I'm not going to just let you or any of the Nemo series die if I can stop it. I see. That explains a lot actually. Thank you, Acting Commander. Oh no, Master. Was that Captain? What was that, Captain? Why was I drowning in rainbows of all things? Also, I think I was starting to lose my mind while that was happening. That shouldn't be possible, but the only explanation that makes sense is that the void space is somehow observable now. What do you mean? Like that goddess lady said earlier, and under normal circumstances there shouldn't be any possible way for us to properly observe the void. If you asked 100 people to describe what they saw, you'd get 100 different answers, none of which you'd be able to verify in any way. So void entities usually maintain their unobservabilities, making it absolutely impossible for reality and void to interact. At least that's how it's supposed to be, but if someone or something changed void space in a way so that everyone who's observed it saw the same exact rainbow vortex, yeah, then both reality and the void would each be able to observe the other. True. Interesting. Yeah, that's a very interesting thing. Like we as humans as well, we see everything, and everything, like, you know, other people see are also the same. Like obviously if I look in this direction and I see, I don't know, like a dog or something, and someone else is standing there and he'll also observe in that direction, they'll also see a dog. But you know, if like here, as we can see, not everyone is going to see everything similar, but if someone makes it so that everyone sees the same thing, then it'll be observable. Like it's kind of like the whole you know, the whole thing of the whole Schrodinger's theory of, you know, observation is what makes everything true. Like unless and until you observe something, the reality will not be, like, you know, like will not be confirmed. Like a cat can be alive and dead at the same time if you don't see something, if you're not observing it. When you observe it, one of the truths come out, and one of the truths is lodged into reality. If you see the cat alive, then it's alive. If you see it dead, it's dead. If you don't see the cat at all, then it's alive and dead at the same time. So observation is what makes reality. And basically that's what's happening. If everyone looks at this same thing and observes the same thing, then that's reality. That would cause those of us from reality in this world of void to start bugging out. Wait a minute. Okay. Bugging out. Listen, every human sense and ability to process information we developed over thousands of years, that is, our senses or even our connection to the world, would go haywire. Damn. Do you think you can put it any simpler? Okay, fine. Either we go completely mad or the world around us does. Alright, makes more sense. More specifically, our perception of the world, or perhaps the world itself, would become twisted beyond recognition. Proving which of the two was being affected would be impossible, but either way the result is the same: total annihilation. Suffice to say, we can no longer look at any light coming in from the outside, we can't afford to touch it, and we definitely can't let it flood the ship. As of this point, we can no longer count in void spaces and observability to keep us safe. The world outside the pressure hull and our beloved and our bounded field is just as deadly and hostile as the deep sea. Just wow, I had no idea void space was so scary. Well, of course it is. Any kind of completely unobservable domain you can imagine was never going to be anything less than the stuff of apocalyptic nightmares. But even so, this was supposed to be the safest area in the world to dive into, if only because I thought we wouldn't have to worry about the reefs, the bane of submarine crews everywhere. Well, so much for that, damn it. I knew we shouldn't have at least finished developing the ship's defensive barriers. Bridge here, we just finished sealing off the bulkheads and the ship's coming to a complete stop. The rest is up to you. Right, first of all, we need to prepare for a low-speed emerge. Ooh! Oh, come on. Nani the hell is it now? Collapsed in wide-eyed shock. No way, are we under attack? We sure are. Acting Vice Commander. Incoming attack to our port side pressure hull. Bearing 323. The barrage looks to be about as strong as a C-rank Noble Phantasm. A C-rank Noble Phantasm that puts it in the same league as Mori's Ningen, Mukotsu and Kintoki's Golden Spark. Well, that's bad, I'm guessing. Of course it's bad. I mean, we're okay for the moment, but an attack in void space, what could possibly be attacking us? Let's just focus on getting out of the bind we're in right now. I know, but we don't have any means of fighting back. When we sealed off the lower decks, we also lost our entire shock of torpedoes. And even if we hadn't, how are we supposed to fire them in void space? We never dreamed combat here was even possible, let alone that we'd be forced to engage in it. Oh god. Master, wait, I just remembered. Didn't Shang Yu tell you to open the book? Open the box? Yeah. That's it. Okay, let's see. What's in this? Marsh swimsuit? Oh my god, what? What's one of my outfits doing here? Wait, Master, look, there's also a note with some familiar looking handwriting inside. Oh my god. Why is she here? Hello, senpai. You just can't help getting into trouble, can you? Well, lucky for you, your considerate, capable Kohai first saw this occasion and decided to send you a little secret weapon to help you out of it. Marsh's swimsuit? Unfortunately, I didn't have time to make more than one since your oversized mecha friend Zhang Yu sprung the order on me at the 11th hour. Hey, do me a favor and tell him to give me a heads up about these things ahead of time, okay? In the meantime, I really want to be able to deny any involvement in this latest incident, so I'll be off on the far side of the moon, throwing up my alibi. Good luck. Yours truly, BB. Put it on, Mash! Mash, put it on right now. Huh? You want me to change into swimsuit? Here? Don't worry, I'll have you change in a flash and put up a light curtain for private. Oh my god, what are we using our command spells for? I can't say I'm entirely okay with this, but I'm all changed, Master. Although I still don't see why yeah, like, what? Mash? The sea is calling to... Oh, what's going on here? Captain, permission to use the ship's airlock? You don't mean... I don't know what BB did to this swimsuit, but I think I can move about in the sea like any other now. Oh, so I'll go out and fend off the attacks myself. Don't worry, I'm not a shielder for nothing. Okay, so... Wait, so only Marsh will be able to fight here? Like, at least for this battle. There's a berserker, oh god. What is... okay. God damn, what's going on here? 200%. Alright, so...
いいですよ。神明凍結展開。これは多くの道、多くの願いを受けた幻想の城。こうせよ。
Why is everything... Why is this... This is so weird. The placement of the commas are extremely unusual. Yeah, this place is really weird. Like, what is going on? Right. Okay, you know what? Like, you see the placement of the comma? Alright, let's see. Well, time to face the music, by which I mean an angry Mash. I do have things I'd like to say about my fourth swimsuit change, but that can all wait until later. For now, I can at least say this outfit BB gave us works extremely well. Not only does it let me perceive void spaces as easily as I can reality space, it also even feels like it's boosting my physical capabilities. Yeah. That said, I still wasn't able to get a visual on the enemies attacking us. All I can do was flail around at random and use my noble phantasm. That's way better than doing nothing. I don't even want to think about what might have happened if we hadn't had that. Then Zhang Yu and our ally from the moon must have foreseen this predicament in far greater detail than we imagined. Take it easy, Skadi. You were out so hard that you practically drooling not too long ago. Very well. I think I will rest a bit longer then. Why not? I am still listening, yes. Zhang Yu seems like he would know what's going on, but he's shut himself inside his room and isn't responding to any of our questions. The only thing he said before entering sleep mode was that he was doing so to conserve energy. Yeah, it looks like he was about right about everything. The sections we abandoned contained our computers, navigational equipment, torpedoes, food, and most of all, our magical energy resources. With all of them gone, the Nautilus will only be operational for about 150 more hours. 150 hours. Zhang Yu must have known the maintaining Seven's materializations constantly consumed small amounts of magical energy and taken what measures he could to make up for that. I just wish he had given us a hint about what's about to happen. He must have been focused on his calculations that he couldn't spare time. Anyway, the fact remains that if it wasn't for him, we probably wouldn't be here right now. I can't believe I ever doubted you, General Zhang Yu. Wow, you went complete 180 on it. When you realize you've been wrong, you admit it as soon as possible. That is the law of life at sea. Not that it's going to make up for my idiocy now. Oh no, all the Nemo series are depressed. If you're still that optimistic about our situation, Acting Commander, maybe I need to revisit how bad things are right for you now. Our ship has run aground on a void reef, ridiculous as it sounds, and now we're stranded. We can still move, but only just... What's more, we can only use our legs, so to speak, since our sonar torpedoes are gone. To keep the body metaphor going, we've lost our eyes, our ears, our arms, though I suppose we can at least blindly stumble about. And if that wasn't bad enough, we've also been attacked by a mysterious enemy with attacks as strong as mid-range noble phantasms. So now we need to evade this enemy and the reef without nearly enough in the way of food or fuel. We're left with two rather unappealing options: wait here to die or run around blindly until we die, so forgive me if we're not exactly bursting with enthusiasm. I get that you're worried, Nemo, but it's going to be okay. Captain, the Acting Commander is fully aware that our current situation is dire. But we've found ourselves in seemingly hopeless situations before, and we've always managed to pull through. And we didn't do so all alone. We don't have to be here now if it wasn't for Caldia's stuff, the heroic spirits, and the people we met on our travels. Even here, we've already received help from the moon despite being cut off from Arcadia. So remember, we're not the only ones here. There's also you, the Nemo series, Osaka Behemoth, Skadi. Suffice to say, we're far from alone. Yeah, I know I was kind of freaking out earlier, but with things this yaba bad, I'm ready to do my part. On which note, I suppose I can no longer simply lie down on the job. It's time I got serious. You're right, I shouldn't have been so quick to succumb to fatalism. Alright then, Mash and Fujimaru, let's look for the silver lining in these dark clouds. Well, first off, there's this bamboo scroll Zhang Yu left for us. I think this is what people in ancient China used to take notes. Alright, yeah, what's this about? At any rate, it contains an incredibly detailed diagram of some sort. It looks like a navigational chart. Whoa! I just had a thought, maybe that super loud yelling was actually him doing some kind of echolocation scan. Ah, yeah. Let me see that. If you're right about what this is, it looks like this pretty intricate oceanic trench here. In fact, it kind of looks like a maze. The chart even shows our current location, the route we should take, and a mark indicating what appears to be our destination. Maybe this could help us escape. As if he hadn't already helped us enough. Then again, I suppose I should expect no less from him. Still, this only makes the loss of a sonar and torpedoes all the more painful. It would be one thing if they were still repairable, but with them gone completely, well, unfortunately we also don't have any of the engineering know-how or facilities we would need to make new advanced electric and spirit-on equipment from the machinery we still have on hand. So, Acting Commander, what do you think we should do next? Find someone to help. Yeah, find someone to help us either locally or via summon. I see. Normally I'd be pretty dubious about the prospect of finding anyone in void space, let alone someone who could help us. But since we have already run into reefs and enemies here, it seems clear that the usual rules do no longer apply. As for the summoning option, we'll need to be very wary and careful if we take that route. Like I said before, it costs energy to keep a servant materialized. Honestly, keeping too many servants around would be extremely risky even if the ship was in perfect condition. Not to mention there might be circumstances where we need to shut off the magical reactors. But we can't also deny that having someone here help us make new versions of the lost equipment would improve our situation dramatically. It's also the only strategy we can actively pursue given that our current circumstances so that alone may make it worth trying. I just ran the numbers. With Xiangyu sleeping, we should have enough energy to keep another servant around, no problem. Okay. Alright. I guess that settles it then. In that case, Fujimaru, I have something important to tell you and a suggestion to make. Remember, we're not in a lost belt or a singularity. Void space or not, we're still in the Wandering Sea, which means we're also on Kaldia space premises. And while we may have suffered some significant damage, we still have magical reactors and a servant handling computer duty. Wait, is this where XX is going to come in? That makes this ship something of a Kaldia branch office, which means you can use the spirit origin graph for this. Yeah, I think XX is going to come now, because she said that it'll be my time very soon. So then I can call on either a Kaldia servant or one I've formed a connection with before. Yeah, that's right, which means we can summon a servant we know we can trust and who has the skills we need. Performing an additional summon during a Nautilus voyage would probably be unthinkable, but in this case, I think it's an acceptable risk. That's also why we need to be extremely careful about who we choose to summon, so my suggestion is to let Professor make that choice. My suggestion is temporarily activating the personnel selection routine Sion implanted in my mind to arrive at the best possible choice. The upside of the approach is that it'll let us almost completely eliminate any risk of making a mistake and choosing the wrong servant. The downside is, well, I've never run this protocol before, so I'm more than a little nervous. Oh, and also Sion's routine has been known to make some incomprehensible personnel choices before, so I'm sure you have seen for yourself, Master. Like Abby. Right, still, as General Zhang Yu's exploits here proved, there are ultimately good reasons behind these choices. So, what do you think, Fujimaru? Yeah, I'm on board. Alright, I don't see any reason to refuse, so as captain I officially endorse this plan to summon help. Lend me your shield, Marsh. Right, senpai. So I think XX is going to come here. Huh? This glass signal, is that... What? Okay, I was not expecting this. She is a foreigner though. How? I heard someone summoning and thought I'd try answering it. I'm Yu, a foreigner. I know you. Have I actually met her before? Yeah, you did, technically, so. If I may, senpai, I don't believe we know this heroic spirit. Are you a court musician? Does anyone here recognize her? Judging from her clothing and her choice of greeting, she would seem to be a heroic spirit from somewhere in proper human history's Asia. But never mind that now. What happened to summoning a Chaldean servant, Professor? Well, technically we do know her, you know. Yeah, this is weird. Give me a sec while I check the logs. It looks like the personnel selection routine ran into an error while it was searching for an aptitude and failed to use the spirit origin graph to narrow down the possible summons. It's so funny. This is what happened when I summoned her as well. I was like, in the GSSR, I was actually hoping for some other character like Orion or Super Orion or Romulus and all, and she just came out and I'm like, what? But she's really good, I'm glad that I got her. Especially with Castoria and all, her noble phantasm is really good. I really like, and with the command codes, if you put it on her cards and all, with the burn effect and everything, Yeah, I really like, you know, using her as a character. She's just that good. That caused the heroic spirit's control program to glitch out, so it ended up summoning a heroic spirit from the usual throne instead. Ah, I suppose this just emphasizes how important it is to test things like this ahead of time. Lesson learned. So Kalia didn't have the ideal helper we need after all. Wait, and what about XX? Well, didn't she say something like I will be needed later on? Damn it, our only hope down the drain. No, not yet. I refuse to give up just yet. You must be an accomplished heroic spirit, right? Would you please tell us your true name and your special skills? You guys do seem like you're in a pretty tight spot, but my true name, right off the bat, I don't know. So, I can totally tell. Tell what? This genuine nobility and elegance shining through even as she attempts to hide in behind a friendly demeanor. I call it PDF. PDF, what? Princess Dominion Force for sure. Oh. As a point of comparison, I have a PDF level of 2, and hers must be at least 336,000. What? Oh crap, battery's broken. Even in Kalia, which is its own kind of Jigoku thanks to the high PDF princesses running around there, the only other one with PDF level in this 6 digit is Lady Cleopatra. So this beautiful lady from China with enough PDF to rival one of the greatest empresses of all time can only be... yes, I guess you are right. My true name is Yang Yuhan, though I usually go by the name Yu. Wait, what? Yang Yuhan? Isn't it Yang Guifei? Oh, there must be some kind of a reason behind. Okay. Historically, I guess I'm probably better known as Yang Guifei. Okay, there you go. I did know about her a little bit and I forgot. I need to check out. Just a second. Oh gosh, this is so embarrassing. Nice to meet you all, I guess. Have I heard this introduction before? Yeah. I recognize that name. Yang Guifei was known far and wide as fearless beauty during China's Tang dynasty when she became Emperor Xuanzong's twin consort. It's said that she set 100 men's hearts aflame with a single smile, and she was also highly proficient in numerous fine arts. Is that why she has a musical instrument with her? Probably. Anyway, that's Yang Guifei in a nutshell. She's a beauty so stunning she has influenced all of people in China, a true woman of all people. Let me check. Yang Guifei. No, please, no more. I'm nothing like that, really. I'm just a commoner, the same nondescript, lychee-loving village girl you'd find anywhere. Yang Guifei, here we go. Yeah, Yang Yu Huan. This is often known as Yang Guifei, with Guifei being the highest rank of imperial consorts during her time. And known briefly by the Taoist nun named Taizhen, was the beloved consort of Emperor Xuanzong of Tang during the later years. She is known as one of the 4 beauties of ancient China. During the Lushan rebellion, as Emperor Changzhou and his cortege were fleeing from the capital Chang'an to Chengdu, the emperor guards demanded that he put Yang to death because they blamed the rebellion on her cousin, Yang Guzong, and the rest of her family. The emperor capitulated and reluctantly ordered his attendant Gao Lishi to supervise her forced suicide. Oh, wait, the 4 beauties of China. 4 beauties are the 4 great beauties, are the 4 Chinese women who are renowned for their beauty. The 4 are usually identified as Ji Shi, Wang Xiaojun, Dai Yaoshan, and Yang Guifei. Okay. And she's unbelievably humble too, master. I can't help but be a little nervous around her. Still, as acting commander of the ship, it's imperative I ask questions that need answers. Yang Guifei, do you know why you materialized as a foreigner? Yeah, I was interested in that. Foreigners are exceedingly rare, even among the extra classes, and there's still a lot we don't know about them. All we can say based on our experience is that foreigners can turn the very laws of the world on their head. It's so funny that I didn't have a 5-star foreigner servant up until a very long time, you know, and like the first 4-star foreigner servant that I got, except the welfare ones, is XX, and like still no 5-star foreigner. And then suddenly the first 5-star foreigner I got was Hokusai. Then I just summoned Yang Guifei in the GSSR, and then I got a Summer Abbey. Not one but like 4 Summer Abbeys, and 5 Summer Abbeys, and I have like NP4 Summer Abbey. Like it's crazy like what happened. Like now I have like 3 5-star foreigner servants. Fortunately, Abby and Hokusai know what they are and have kindly agreed to both keep themselves in check and help us with our mission. But what about you, Yang Guifei? Do you understand that you're a highly unusual kind of a being? Are you able to and willing to keep your spirit origin under control? And most importantly, are you willing to help Master Fujimaru and us during these unprecedentedly dire circumstances? I'm happy to say my answer to all your questions is that is yes. Allow me to explain. First, I'm very aware that the heroic spirit summoning system is meant first and foremost to keep humanity safe. Next, my spirit origin. I appreciate you dancing around it much, but the fact is, historically, I'm a femme fatale. Dangerous, I could bring an entire nation to ruin, right? I can't deny there are some historians out there with that opinion, yes? It's fine, I don't love it, but it is what it is. Anyway, thanks to that. I do think I've been given this authority to wreak widespread havoc and destruction. Still, at least in this spirit origin, I feel terrible that I ended up directly sparking a rebellion and would go around hurting people like some sort of avenger. So, also, since my beloved empire would obviously never want anything bad to happen to humanity, I'm not about to let some strange god get away with destroying them. So yes, you swear to make use of all the power at my command to help you, Master. You could even use the command spells on me to make sure I do just like that if you would like. No, I trust you. My name's Fujimaru, by the way. Fujimaru, great. Nice to meet you, Fujimaru. Now, would it be okay if I get to work right away? Huh? Sure, what's that about? I'm guessing that's because many people thought I was a great performer, but for whatever reason I have really good hearing. You do? Then that means you can even hear what's happening outside the ship. Gee, in fact, even since I got here, I've been hearing someone outside pounding on the ship and saying, there are enemies coming. What? Who's pounding on the door? Someone's outside the ship in void space? Maybe they're the local ally we didn't dare hope for. Captain, permission to exit the ship again. I'll go rescue whoever's in that outside. Permission denied. I can't let you go out there alone when we know there might be enemies nearby. If it was just me, I could move about like normal in void space too, but no, I can't. It wouldn't be safe for me to leave the ship when we still don't know what's going on. Not to worry, that should be no problem anymore. Huh? Yeah. What? Oh my god, stop! What is it? Yeah, what the hell kind of kinky stuff is happening here? There, I have transformed into my other self. I will explain. I will explain later. For the time being, now that we have more personnel who can move about in void space, we should have no issue defeating these enemies and securing the mysterious being outside the ship. What is this outfit? I cannot understand why my other self would even choose to dress up this way. There you have it, Captain Nemo. What about a 3% thing? I guess that could work. Alright, Acting Commander, it's your call. I'll go along with whatever you decide. Are you sure you'll be okay, Marsh? You said you couldn't see the enemy. I see. So you're going to be fighting close quarters battle in void space, yes? In that case, if I tweak this and change that... There we go. I think I can do something to help. What kind of something? Since this place's true nature looks to be something akin to the pitch dark depths of the sea lit by a false light, I'll use the flame illusions I give off to imbue these enemies with an appropriate visual concept. Okay, thereby making them visible-ish. Basically, I'll determine the enemy's position, size and class through the sound they make and project a nice visual on top. That should let you fight them without getting confused. It looks like Yang Guifei both has a handle on our current situation and she's best equipped to do something about it. I'll admit, I was worried about this summoning at first, but it looks like we really did get the heroic spirit we needed. Alright, everyone, get ready to head out. Alright, so let's go then. Another unusual team. Yeah, these three. Okay. Invisible hostility, okay. Wait, what is this? Wait, Skadi cannot use her? Okay. Alright, so you know what? Let's do this.
カッティングスプレーシューッとまっすぐですね。
いいぞ見せてやるとも
Oh, they need to be hit once. Alright.
踊れオッケーいいですよ。アタックそうだ
たまには情報ねいいぞ見せてやるとそうだ
えいえい
それもいいなまだまだ勝てるなよ
Oh, God.
リロードよいしょっとまっすぐですね。オッケーそうだ
Oh, why did the... Okay, never mind. Oh, God. Yeah, this is a difficult battle, I have to say.
コンタクトリロードよーし突撃お城を仕掛けちゃうぞ了解神明凍結展開これは多くの後多くの願いを受けた幻想の城こうせよモールだキャメロット通信途絶こうなったら全軍突撃撃って撃ちまくれこれこそ姫の桜じゃ正式ミリミリナイトフィーバー撃つぞ
そうだ
Oh my God. God is gonna die here. God damn.
それいいぞ見せてやると
Damn,
まだまだ
dude.
勝てるなよ
Oh no, she's gonna die. Yeah. Oh god, this is really bad. What the hell is going on?
カッティングスプレーシューッとえいえいお
God, I really hope this works.
ーよまっすぐですねラジャードッカ
Okay, yeah.
ー撃つぞ
Another one. Oh god.まっすぐですねアタックドッカーなんのラジャーシュッとファイヤー Okay.
物理的な脅威であればこの通りあホラーはちょっと遠慮していただける
Yeah, these battles are really kind of weird. There, I can see some more void enemies in our vicinity as well as a vast expanse of land that looks like a seabed. Good, it worked, but don't rely on this ability of mine too much. I can visualize enemies that I can't hear. Also, the topography you're seeing is a rough projection based on reverberations I picked up during your battle. I'll refine it once I can use real naval charts as a reference. In the meantime, now that the fight's over, you should save whoever's in trouble out there. The voice has been getting weaker and weaker. Yeah, okay. I think they're still hanging on the port side of the outer hull, but if they let go, well, anyway, try to save them before that happens, Mash. Maybe if I hold on to this gay ball thing, that I have them grab onto it. Some help this goddess is going to be. Mash, you go and look for them while I fold up a rescue team. Understood. There, I see them. Good, because I'm too nearsighted to tell. Lead the way. Right. Okay. There, I see them. Gyogami Rescue Squad, you're up. Hakudo Sea Monkeys. Who is this person? Is it Van Gogh? We did it, Master. We rescued them. Wait, I don't think those are actual sea monkeys, though. Rescue Squad returning to ship. Requesting airlock access, Captain Nemo. Bridge here, granted. We'll give out our new guest a proper welcome. You know, Fujimaru is strange. This whole situation is utterly ludicrous, but I can't help be kind of excited. The Void Sea is beyond deadly, and yet someone was still drifting around it. What sort of person could do that? When we managed to rescue the mysterious castaway outside the ship, I could never have imagined in my wildest dream who they would turn out to be. It's probably Van Gogh, isn't it? Thank goodness, I thought I was going to end up disappearing into the void like so much Kel. Kel, that's a funny word. It's really tasty though. Kindness, thoughtfulness. I love people. Yup. Alright, I'm sorry. I almost forgot to introduce myself. I'm foreigner servant. As you can see, my true name is Van Gogh. Okay. All right. Okay, so we have to fight a berserker after this, alright? Okay, I'll probably stop after this one. It's been a long, I've been recording this for a long time. All hands! It's been 5 hours since the rescue operation so far. There haven't been any further enemy attacks. Your course of action turned out to be correct, Acting Commander. Young Guifei has been a huge help. And the person we rescued is assisting us now too. Oh, really? Despite how hopeless things seemed before, I think we're finally seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. Hey, stop it, Captain. You're going to make me blush. Thank you, though. I'll keep doing my best to be your eyes and ears. By the way, would it be possible for me to work outside the ship too? How did you make it out? How did you make it so you and Osakabe Hime could do that, Lady Goddess? Well, the swimsuit our ally from the moon sent us was embedded with this. I believe it was called memory chip. Wait, is this a hint of a future young Guifei swimsuit? Like, you know? Servant origin, you know, like... Oh my god. There is a mysterious spell burned into it that appears to be, if not Voyager Magecraft, then something similar. When this chip is installed into the spirit's clothing, it makes it wear compatible with void states. Additionally, it improves their physical capabilities. However, the only servants who can make use of these outfits are those who possess a swimsuit spirit origins or who would have otherwise acquired a swimsuit in the past. Unfortunately, the only such heroic spirits here are Osakabe, Mash, and I. Well, I'm sorry, but it was simply too soon for me to wear one. Still, if you are able to summon any other swimsuit capable servants at some point, I can ensure their clothing is similarly void space compatible. Ah, good, interesting information, you know. I may not know much about modern day electronics, but I can duplicate the entire chip with my Rune Magecraft. Well, things from the engine room aren't looking great. We've been lucky enough to avoid any critical damage, but the drivetrain's still a mess since we ran aground. We need to get to dry dock to even be doing something about our crazy fuel inefficiencies and that loud ass crap engine rattling you're heading. And since we lost a whole ton of fuel, best not to expect any rapid maneuvers or speed changes anytime soon. We got beds set up for everyone in the crew compartment. Meals might be a little basic though. Most of food supply was lost along with the fuel, so we're afraid the servants are all gonna have to make do with just magical energy for a while. But hey, aside from that, everything's fine. We're really happy we've got so many guests. Thanks everyone. Then, with that out of the way, let's talk about our biggest problem. Well, mystery really. I'm speaking of course, Van Gogh. Yeah. Is she really the Vincent Van Gogh? And is she really on our side? Well, I tested a sample of her blood. On the Magecraft side of things, her spirit body is circulating an unusual kind of ether at very high densities. Servant blood is already very different from standard blood since it's homeostatic magical energy meant to keep the servant spirit origin working, but Van Gogh's blood appears to be a step removed even from that. While we are still waiting for Professor to conduct her examination, I can say that the Van Gogh spirit origin composition and reactions are similar to a type of plant-based elixir. Oh, it might be a heroic spirit using a non-human body, but like some special kind of homunculus for her vessel. By the way, the reason I've been using female pronouns for her is because, at least medically speaking, she's 100% well, female. Well, that is not so unusual. The sort of thing happens in Kaldiev quite frequently, doesn't it? Just because there's a precedent for it doesn't mean it's not significant. Hasn't there always been a clear reason for why servants have materialized as a gender than the one they're generally known to have been? Yeah, like Da Vinci, you know? He wanted to be Mona Lisa, so... It's so funny that nowadays, you know, even like, I feel like seeing a gender-bent servant in FGO, I'm like, yeah, you know, and when they suddenly, like, you know, like here in this section, when they suddenly say that, oh, like, you know, the reason, like, he's not a male, obviously Van Gogh was a male, and she's a female, and that's when I realized, wait a minute, yeah, you know, this is actually something that should be noted. Because I think we've got used to this whole gender bent thing so much that nowadays it's just like, just another day in Kaldea, you know. Yeah, there has been causes when a heroic spirit's legend was lost or altered, like with Altria and Raikou. Others were summoned as a part of a unit like Hokusai, yeah. And then there's Musashi, whose circumstances are entirely unique. True, Musashi is different, like, you know, the actual Musashi and this Musashi who wanders around. But the common thread among them all is that they are from time periods with very few reliable records. But Vincent van Gogh was a world famous painter from 19th century Holland and France. Yeah, which is the reason why it's so unusual is because he was that famous, and, like, you know, there should not be that many amount of inconsistency, unlike, you know, like, because the whole thing with Da Vinci was, even though Da Vinci was so popular, still the reason for her gender bent is the reason is a little bit different. Like, it's not because of altered history or something different, but she herself, or he himself wished to be Mona Lisa. That's why he's a female now in Caldia. So that's why, even though Da Vinci was that popular, he's gender bent. So there must be some kind of a reason equally similar, not similar, but kind of falls on the same, like, you know, priority as that for Van Gogh as well, because Van Gogh was famous, you know. We have ample historical record, including his own self-portraits and even a few photographs to confirm he was male. Well, what did she have to say about herself? You talked to her for a bit, right, Master? Yeah, well... Yeah, you want to know what I was like when I was alive? Oh gosh, that's embarrassing. My life really wasn't that special. I couldn't hack it as either a salesperson or a missionary, so I just mooched off my parents and my little brother Theo and spent all of my time painting pictures that never sold. There was lots of painters I would have loved to be friends with, but my attempt to befriend Gauguin was kind of a disaster. After that, I kind of fell into a funk, and ultimately, well, I put a gun to my chest out in the little village of Auvers-sur-Oise. I never would have dreamt that my paintings would be so popular a whole century later. True. I'm sorry, I couldn't help but smile about that. Was there anyone I loved? Of course! There was Key, who you might have heard of thanks to her famous quote, and Stian, huh? Yes, they were women. Same-sex relationship. What are you talking about? I'm a woman and Key was a... Oh. She's confused. Something weird is going on. Like she says that she's a woman, but then she's like, wait a minute, what? What were we talking about again? Yeah. Her story definitely lined up with actual Van Gogh, but... Right, the details she shared do line up perfectly with our records of Vincent van Gogh's life. But then there are the grave contradictions her gender brings up considering when Van Gogh lived. Okay. For example, the fact that Vincent is a male name, or the fact that her cohabitation with Paul Gauguin would have been a tremendous scandal back then if she had been a woman. True. And then there was all her relationship troubles that database lists, as those all involved other women too. I don't think she's lying to us, but she definitely seems a little mixed up about her memories. I need to check out Van Gogh's history. Okay, I'll do that. That said, she does seem to be fully cognizant of the fact that she's a woman. Maybe she's a female Van Gogh from another world. Yeah? If that's the case, I can think of 3 possibilities. 1, she's an unrelated person who truly believes she's Vincent van Gogh. 2, she is Van Gogh, but her gender and memories are scrambled by a spirit origin abnormality. And 3, she's actually an enemy who's lying about being Vincent van Gogh. What do you think, Master? I think she is actually someone else, thinking she's Van Gogh. Something like that. I don't think she's an enemy, yeah. No way! Hokusai's materialized too! Really? I'd like to meet her. I'm a huge fan of Japan. In fact, Japanese artists were a huge influence on my work. I don't know much about this foreigner stuff, but if you form a contact with me, I'll gladly do anything I can to help. It's a little worrying that she doesn't seem to realize she's a foreigner, but at least she's not hostile. Right, in the meantime, whether she's real Van Gogh or not, she's already shared some valuable information about void space with us. I'm still analyzing what she's given us, but at this point, it looks to be about 99.9% accurate. Okay. My hypothesis is that she was essentially born knowing things about void space by virtue of having materialized here. What's more, she's obviously already proven that she can move about void space freely without a compatibility chip. So, we can say for sure that she possesses protections pertaining to the sea that we are at least as strong as ours, Nemo's. Given those abilities as well as the information she's given us, it seems like she could be a valuable asset in the battle. Since she's a servant, the decision is entirely up to you, Master. You're in charge of the ship now, after all. What do you want to do? Well, good. Want her to continue helping us, I guess. Oh, yeah, I've got to form a temporary contract with her. I see your mind is made up as a sea turtle's shell is hard. Alright. Oops, I guess I sounded kind of like Captain Nemo there, didn't I? For future analogies, you might try a seal sail snail's tooth. Very tough those, but I digress. A temporary contract, huh? Understood. We should be able to scrounge up enough resources to keep one more servant. But that being said, everyone, would you mind excusing us for a bit? I'd like to talk to the acting commander in private. I'm afraid that goes for you too, acting vice commander. I'd like to ask you to stand guard to make sure nobody else overhears us. Oh wow, this must be really important. Alright, understood. Good. Professor, put up an audio jamming bounded field for us, so not even Yang Guifei would be able to overhear. Alright, Master, what I'm about to tell you is a little well sensitive, but if I'm going to serve you properly, I think you should know. I think I might know who that servant really is. Oh, really? That downfield is causing so much static I can't hear a thing. Wish I knew what they were talking about. Aren't you curious, Your Excellency Acting Vice Commander Kirielite? This Marsh is fine, please. Okay then, Marsh, what do you think Captain and Master are talking about all by themselves? I think they're probably discussing some very fine particulars of the operation, so it makes sense that they'd want to keep things confidential. I see. Yeah, I guess you're right. Oh well, what can you do? Politics is always a ridiculously complicated hornet's nest, no matter the issue or an era. Instead of dull and depressing stuff like I'd much rather talk about something exciting, like romance. Tell me, what do you make of those two prospects? Huh? Are you saying Captain Nemo and Master are involved? I have no proof, of course, but doesn't that idea of a commander abusing their, oh my god, authority to have a private TT at tea with their subordinate just sounds dreamy? Yeah, you'd get along very well with Osakabe Hime, I feel like, you know, like writing some fan fictions and all that. No, it does not. Hey guys, you look like you were taking a break, so I brought you some drinks. Thank you, it looks delicious. Oh wow, that tastes so odd. Is it modern alcohol? It sure does. That's a cocktail called a depth charge. Wait, what? Depth charge? Don't. These are non-alcoholic. The captain loves to chug those down while nobody else is around. How? What a lovely drink that everyone can enjoy. How about you, Marsh? Do you like it? This is terrible. If I drink anything called cocktail, Whoa, I don't think I've ever seen anyone be so affected by non-alcoholic stuff so quickly. Your face is as pink as a peach. My heart rate and blood pressure are rising rapidly. Rational faculties declining. Oh no, if I don't do something soon, I'll be overcome with the urge to burst into a bridge and grill Master with questions. I need to shut myself down immediately, if not sooner. Button, what's the... What? Oh no. Look at this, I was looking through the storeroom and happened to find this self-destruction. Oh my god, nah. She certainly has a sense of humor, including something like this. Okay, Marsh, please restrain yourself. Perfect, thank you. Marsh out. Oh, what is going on? What was that? This is a backup computer room. Someone just activated a self-destruct device we made for April. Why? What? Why would you even make something like that? I told Xiao it was a bad idea, but she insisted it would be harmless. What's the damage, Marine? Well, everyone's hair is burnt to a crisp, but otherwise we are fine. How can you call this fine? How are you going to fix my poor hair? Oh, my ears. Wait, this ringing isn't from the explosion. Uh-oh, everyone, can the comic relief? There's a ton of enemies heading our way. Oh, because of the noise. What? I'm here to help. I forgot to mention this earlier, but void sea monsters are actually really sensitive to sound. So if you want to survive out there, you shouldn't make any loud noises. Sorry, I laugh when I'm nervous. Alright, which one of you is ready to deploy? How about, Marsh has fainted. Osakabe is missing. Damn, she must have run away. Very well, I shall just have to go out there again myself. Marines, bring me the strongest liquor you've got. It might help me forget my shame. Even if you do with that, I still can send only one servant out there. Van Gogh? Very well. How about this then? What? Wait, what is going on? She never had... okay. What's going on? Why did my outfit change all of a sudden? I embedded a void compatibility spell in your clothing. It is a little rough since you have yet to undergo an ascension, but it should be enough for you to operate outside the ship. Really? Gee. With this new ascension form, I can help out outside the ship too. And I'd like to go outside too as well. Huh? You would? Are you sure you can? Yeah, she can go into the void space. No, yes. I'm already compatible with void space, and my brush is itching for some action. So, would it be okay with you if we formed a contract, Lord Fujimani? Probably not, huh? I never could attract any patrons. I trust this is okay with you, Captain? Contracts are your domain, Master, but I can tell you if I'd have any objections to joining our crew. I'd have voiced them before we rescued her. Vincent Van Gogh? Yes? You've got a contract. What? Wow! Wow! This is awesome! I promise I'll do my best. Wow. Oh god. Okay, so here you go. Let's see. I have to see what her her skills are a bit confusing. I'll have to check it out again. What they do, like the whole thing with curse and everything that she does. All right, this one guts, curse, 10 turns, and apply curse. What? Apply curse. Apply curse and apply curse. Attack includes quick start rather rate for a single ally. Twice removes one curse. Good god, I am so confused. Yeah, her skills are really confusing. Increase attack for yourself and remove. Oh, okay, so first do this one. Okay, next what? This one? Should I do this one? Yeah, I think so. And then this one? Increase attack. I think I need to check out a tutorial for her. How to use her skills and what. Okay. Like, who should I put this on? On her? No, I shouldn't put this on her. I think I should put it on someone else. Should I? Okay. Because I think her noble phantasm has something to do with okay, so
ぞ見せてやるとも。
ほどほどにね。やっちゃうぞ。かお花畑。
Oh, it's removing the curse. Yeah. Damn. No.
書きます。
How?
やっちゃうぞ。精神の導きよ。もうエロゴーゴー。
Okay, so let's see what her fear to all enemies, increase attack, crit stun for all allies, increase critical stun for one entity outside the room. Wait, what? Oh, I cannot use her entry. Okay, never mind. How?
ほどほどにね。大盤振る舞い。ほどほどにね。はい、やれます。
いいぞ見せてやるとも。
いざや舞い、守りて踊り、打ちかかりてはことびきましょう。全勝ウィン、気力ね。
そうだ。
買いかぶりですよ。会心的です。買いかぶりですよ。書きます。いいよ。やっちゃうぞ。ごっこかでは勝利の舞と宴をここに。
I'll need to check out how her skills work. Like, hooray, we won! I knew I could kick butt in combat. And I have to say, Van Gogh, you and I fight really well together. You're amazing, Van Gogh. Say, would you mind if I called you Goggy? Goggy? This is great. I've always wanted to try collaborating with an artist from a different culture. I knew it. I couldn't abide this shame. No, I must find Osakabe and drag her from hiding, whatever it takes. Why'd Batty run away anyway? She must have got onto the tactic I was able to suggest. What tactic? We sent her out to perform reconnaissance by firing her out of a torpedo tube. Wow. Okay, that's it. Okay, I'll end it here. Alright, I will be ending this here, I think. It's been 2 hours I'm recording this, so yeah. Alright, I will be ending this here. Like, I don't want to extend this even more. It's going to take a long time for this to render. My god. Yeah, these are some really big sections. Like, you know, like, it's been 2 hours I'm reading and we have only barely completed the tutorial and the first chapter. So yeah, So interesting. There you go. So you know what? Let me check something. Van Gogh's history. I should try to find out what's her, not her, but his actual history. All right. Van Gogh. Vincent van Gogh. Okay. Okay, Vincent van Gogh, Dutch post-impressionist artist who emerged as one of the most famous figures in history of Western art after his death. There you go. In only a decade, Van Gogh created a prolific body of more than 2,000 works of art. Most of his 1,100 drawings and works on paper, nearly 900 oil paintings were produced during the last 2 years of his life. Van Gogh's landscape, still lifes, portraits, and self-portraits are characterized by vibrant contrasts of complementary colors and expressive brushwork. In his abstract linear paints were inspired by Japanese prints Van Gogh collected and admired. There you go. His innovations contributed to the foundations of modern art. Van Gogh's images most often reflect personal symbolism, experiences, and emotions he discussed in correspondence to his family and friends. Her expressions expressed a desire to communicate joy and comfort through his art and inspired to gather a community of like-minded artists in southern France. Van Gogh did not achieve commercial success in his lifetime and relied on financial support from his brother Theo Van Gogh. His life was shaped by severe depression and episodes of acute psychological distress. Van Gogh committed suicide at the age of 37. The son of Dutch reformer Minister Van Gogh was serious, quiet, and thoughtful as a child. He began drawing at an early age. As a young man, worked as an art dealer, often traveling, but became depressed after he was transferred to London. He turned into religion and spent time as a Protestant missionary in the southern Belgium. He drifted in ill health and solitude before taking up painting in 1881 after having returned home to his parents. His younger brother Theo supported him financially. The two kept a long correspondence by letter which, when published, contributed to his growing posthumous reputation as an artist. His early works, mostly still lifes and depictions of peasant laborers, contain few signs of vivid color that distinguish his later work. 1883, Van Gogh moved to Paris, where he met members of the avant-garde, including Emily Bernand and Paul Gauguin, who were reacting against impressionist sensibility. As his works developed, he created a new approach to life and landscape. His paintings became brighter as he developed a style that became fully realized during his stay in artist in the south of France in 1888. During this period, he broadened his subject matter to include series of olive trees, wheat fields, and sunflowers. There you go. Van Gogh suffered from mental illness, psychotic episodes, delusions, and although he worried about his mental stability, often neglected his physical health, did not eat properly, and drank heavily. His friendship with Gauguin ended after a confrontation between the two, when enraged, Van Gogh severed a part of his own left ear with a razor. Okay. After he spent in psychiatric hospitals, including a period at Saint Remy, once he discharged himself and moved to Auberge Ravoux in Auvers-sus-Oise. I'm pretty much butchered that pronunciation, I think, near Paris. He came under the care of homeopathic Dr. Paul Gauchet. Homeopathic? Wow, I never expected to hear about homeopathic here. If you guys don't know, homeopathic is, here is it. It's a pseudoscience system of alternative medicine conceived by 1796 with German physician Samuel Hahnemann. Its practitioners, called homeopaths, believed that a substance and cause symptoms of a disease. Okay, there you go. Yeah, it's a branch of medicine. It's extremely popular here in the place I live. Homeopathy. Nowadays we don't hear about it much, but I remember, I was very sickly when I was young. I remember going to a homeopathic doctor when I was young, and his medicines would work extremely well. I'm so surprised to see the homeopathy over here. I thought this was like a thing here only in my place, but okay. His depression persisted. On 27 July 1890, Van Gogh is believed to have shot himself in the chest with a revolver, dying of his injuries 2 days later with his brother Theo at his side. Van Gogh's paintings did not sell during his lifetime, during which he was generally considered a madman and a failure, although some collectors recognized the value of his work. His fame came only after his death, which is so unfortunate. Scholars increasingly have recognized the role of Vincent's sister-in-law, Joe Bonger Van Gogh for shaping and promoting his reputation as an artist. He evolved in the public imagination into a misunderstood genius. His reputation grew in early 20th century as elements of his style came to be incorporated from the Fauves and German Expressionists. He attained widespread critical and commercial success after ensuring decades, over the ensuing decades, and is remembered as an important but tragic painter whose troubled personality typifies the romantic idea of tortured artists. Today, Van Gogh's works are among the world's most expensive paintings ever sold, and his legacy is honored by the Van Gogh Museum, established in the Dutch government in Amsterdam, which holds the world's largest collection of paintings and drawings. They were originally held by his brother Theo and inherited by Theo's wife, Joe Bonger Van Gogh, who shrewdly kept Vincent's best work. One thing, what about the women trouble that they were talking about? I think they talk, here in this place they talked about something like that. Okay, I'll check it out later on. Yeah, there's so much historic accounts and everything about him, so it's actually really unusual that he manifests as a female. There must be something going on. Like, as we can see, he's the most popular. Like, his Wikipedia article is very long, like so many things, and yeah, so there must be some reason why he's a female here. So anyways, that's it guys. That is my first video on Imaginary Scramble, and yeah, let's see. Like, I need to check out how Van Gogh's skills work. You know, her skills are kind of unusual with a lot of, I need to realize and understand how I should use this and in which situations I should use it. If you can let me know in the comment section, I'll be very, like, appreciative. Like, when to use her skills, which situations and everything. I'll probably myself understand if I see it in action for a few times and read it properly. And why use it, when use it, and how to use it. So, and which way should I use it, like, which skill to use first, then what, and then what, like, all that stuff. I'll need to check it out, because obviously a lot of people will have, even though I'm not trying to summon her, a lot of people from my friend support will definitely have her. So, and I'm surely going to use her in the future. So I need to realize how to use, like, her skills. So anyways, that's it guys, thanks for watching. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, or you haven't subscribed, comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know, and I'll check them out. And yeah, that is it. So thanks for watching. I'll be back tomorrow with another video on Imaginary Scramble, and I'll be continuing my gameplay. So yeah, see you guys then. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.